For months, you have all been asking me what the DS folder on my Wii U menu is for. And funnily enough, it's for DS games. And initially, there was a limited release of Dr. Kawashima's Brain Training, which I don't have anymore. It won't let me re-download it for some strange reason. But now there are actually some new games to put in that folder. And the first one I'm going to talk about is Mario Kart DS, which I think is one of the best Mario Kart games ever made. It's highly enjoyable. It plays very well. It looks surprisingly good on a big screen. It shouldn't do. It's all the polygons are very jaggy, but it's one of those games that I think plays very well and looks very well. It still holds up very, very well. And the great thing about the Nintendo DS emulation on the Wii U is that it gives you so many ways you can actually play this game in terms of display options. So the Virtual Console menu, it does give you absolutely tons of options, and no matter what game you're playing, it's very easy to find a display option that suits that game and your playing style the best. There's a display option where you can actually see the whole Nintendo DS, and it's very small, but you can see the whole system and the two tiny little screens. There are options that let you make the top screen bigger or the bottom screen bigger. There are options for turning your Wii U gamepad sideways for some of the games that work better that way. No matter what type of player you are, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, because there are different options if you press up and down while going through the settings, you will find something that suits you, which is excellent. It's another reason why the emulation on that Nintendo do for the Virtual Console, I think, is unparalleled on any other console. So Mario Kart DS, it is Mario Kart basically. It came at the point where you could start to choose what your kart was, and there are plenty of characters around, lots of things to unlock, lots of cups to unlock, lots of characters, lots of new karts. You can create your own emblems to stick on the front of your kart, although don't do anything naughty, no. So you are probably wondering whether or not there is online multiplayer in the game, because of course there was in the original Nintendo DS version. Sadly, although all the menus are there to access the old Nintendo online connection, you can't do it. You can't even set up a access point to use with the Nintendo online service. As you may know, the Nintendo DS and original Wii online connections were shut off quite a while ago, and it's a shame that they weren't re-enabled just to take advantage of these new DS releases, because I kind of feel that this game without multiplayer isn't so much of the definitive experience. I think this is a far better multiplayer game than it is a single player game. That's not to say that the single player game isn't worth playing through. I just kind of feel that you're missing quite a lot from being able to race other players online, because this was the reason you used your DS to go online, quite frankly. By far, like, one of the best games to play online on that Nintendo DS system, and it's a shame it's not here. What's more frustrating is you can't really even play like a local multiplayer if you had like a Nintendo 3DS. In the original Nintendo DS games, you could use download play to play multiplayer Mario Kart using just one cartridge, and you can't seem to do that with this either, which is another shame. It would have been nice if you could if you had a few Nintendo DSs or 3DSs, that you could use download play for that, and unfortunately you can't, which is another kind of swing and a miss really for Nintendo. It is a shame, but this is a very good Mario Kart game. It's very playable. There's a nice selection of karts. The racing mechanics are as good as they ever were. And the fact that you can play this on your Wii U and have such an array of different ways to play the game in terms of graphical options, it is a very, very good emulated version of the game. It's just short of being a definitive purchase because of the multiplayer, but I think if you're kind of waiting for the Mario Kart 8 DLC and you want a bit of Mario Kart but you don't want to go back to Mario Kart 8, although you kind of should, this is a nice little way to fill in the gap between now and the new deal when the new DLC comes out. As I say, worth a play, but do not expect a definitive experience just because of that lack of multiplayer, which is disappointing, but that's the way these things go.